Yes, who is it?
It's Ryo.
Ah, Ryo-chan. Just a moment.
Hey, Ryo. What's up? I need a favor. Oh, sure. Come on in. Can't. I'm in a hurry. Can I use your motorcycle? My motorcycle? Sure. Cash. Thanks. Don't drive too fast. I won't. Later.
You've joined us at Seaside Hill, and have we got a race cooking for you today. This track's twists and turns keep even the best racers on their toes.
I'm ready for anything.
3, 2, 1, go! Mess with Amy. That's the message as she takes first place. Billy Hatcher doing his greatest test on the impression there. Beware the monkey. Amigo's gone all-star and I'm getting out of here. We've got an all-star loose! Amigo causing conga mayhem with his all-star move! Amigo's making sweet shakes today, no question! Good. Nice hit from Sonic! That went crunching into Ooh-la-la! But it's the second lap. Keep it going. Loses his spot. Time to dig deep, man. Sonic taking it where it hurts there. Beautiful hit from Eggman. It's official, race fans. Ryo's got the All-Star.
You put in the coins, and then you get the toys.
Rio menacing the rest of the field in his forklift truck. One more lap to go. Let's see who's feeling golden.
Yeah.
Eggman never happy on the receiving end. A knockout move from Amy. Performance to grab top spot. Great race. See you again soon, guys.
Next time, it'll be worse.
I wasn't until you came along. Okay, welcome back to Shenmue 2, everyone. If you recall, last time we arrived in Kowloon and then spoke to one of Yuanda's associates to find out where he is. But then it turns out he sold us out to Donu, the big, bad, fat guy, leader of the Yellowhead gang. And we managed to escape, and then we went and interrogated the guy who betrayed us, and then he told us about a man named Huang. So we're going to go look for him, but first we need to get some toys. These toy capsules are... oh god, look at his face. These toy capsules are just outside Ren's hideout, so it's a good thing that Ren has easy access to toy capsules whenever he needs it. Okay, I know he's supposed to be doing some kind of flip, but I always just get the feeling that Ryo's just holding the toy upside down and doesn't realise. Okay, so now that we've got some toys, the next thing we're going to do is do a bit of gambling. We're going to play Roll on the Top, the old classic dice game. The reason we're doing this is because I need money, and if you remember last time, I found the martial arts scroll that I really wanted, Machine Gun Fist. And I don't remember what Machine Gun Fist is, but it sounds really cool, and that's what's important. We're gonna get Machine Gun Fist, and that costs $500. So let's give this game a try. So while we're doing this, I'll talk a little bit about this setting. The place we're in right now, you might be thinking it's a little bit more run down compared to the Wan Chai, the place we were in earlier, before Disc 3. And the place we're in now is loosely based off the Kowloon walled city. It's a settlement that used to be in Hong Kong prior to, I think, 1994 it was when it was demolished. But basically it was this enclave of sorts. It was basically a settlement in Hong Kong that wasn't really under any proper government or police enforcement. You can look up some of the more specific historical details, but basically the Kowloon walled city had what used to be a military outpost, so they had this wall around it because they didn't like the British and wanted to keep them out because they're all jerks, basically. So they had this wall, hence the walled city. Most of the wall was taken down by the Japanese, as far as I understand, during World War II. But anyway, yeah, you might. The point I'm trying to get is you can see what looks like old castle walls around here during the game, like what looks like old, like ruins amongst all the buildings, and I guess that's kind of what they were going for. You can some of the wall is still standing now today, although the actual walled city itself is gone. Now it's just a park. They demolished the city back in 1994. You can look up the history of the place if you're really interested. But right now we've got enough money to buy Machine Gun Fist, so let's go ahead and buy that. So if you go by the name Machine Gun Fist, you'll probably assume that the move involves punching the enemy a whole bunch. And it does. It involves a lot of punches, but what you might not be expecting is that Machine Gun Fist is actually technically a throw move. You can see there it's double forward and the throw button. You can also see the little on fire, the little critical sign next to it, and that means that it does a lot of damage. But yes, it's a punching move, but it works like a throw move, so the enemy needs to be susceptible to throw moves for it to work. We'll be giving that move a try later, but for now we're going to spend a bit more of today earning some money, because we just spent a whole lot of it, and we'd like to have some in our pocket. So I spent a little bit of time moving crates around in a 1,000 White building, and while I'm here I decided to see what's upstairs on a 1,000 White building. Again, most of the buildings in this game have several floors to them. So if you go upstairs to the 6th floor, there's this martial arts school. There's nothing really useful in here, but it's just an extra little detail, an extra room. And you can go in here and you can talk to the guy, although it doesn't really tell you anything particularly interesting. You just... Most of the NPCs, again, it's just one of those things this game has. The game has a lot of NPCs you can talk to, all of them fully voiced. But really all they do is tell you how to get to the next place in the game. Whoa, he just lunged towards me there. Again, this school isn't really a useful like location. There's nothing really here. It's just a little extra room to go in. As I mentioned before, the game, or rather these buildings, have a lot of apartments to them. Most of them are just kind of empty with nothing in them. Some of the rooms are marked with the green G, which means it's a gambling place. You might remember that logo outside some of the places in the harbour, in the Workers' Pier back in Aberdeen. But yes, if you go into one of the rooms that's labelled with the letter G, you can play Lucky Hit, or more specifically, Toy Lucky Hit. In fact, there are actually 3 of these Toy Lucky Hit rooms in the 1000 White building. This is the Bronze room, which is on the 8th floor. The 10th floor has the Silver room. Again, more Lucky Hit stands for you to win toy capsules at. And a little bit further up on the 12th floor, it's the Jewel room. I guess they could have gone with the Gold room, with the bronze, silver, and gold, but instead they went with Jewel, which is a reference to the boss of the Virtua Fighter games. There's this big metal woman named Jewel. And well, since I'm here, I figured I might as well give one of the boards a go. Let's pick the middle one. That seems to have the most interesting toys. I'll just go with the $5. Let's see which toy we get. Where will the ball go? Nobody knows! I can't even remember if I have this one already. I know I've got one Virtua Fighter Kids Lao, but I know that there are 2 of them, and I can't remember which one I got. If not, you know, I can't remember if I got both of them, so... Well, the important thing is we have that one now, so... At this point, I decide to get out of the 1000 White building and get out into the open. So, I figured I'd take the elevator down. Now, you'll notice that on top of the elevator door, there's the list of, like, floors that the elevator stops at. You'll notice that it doesn't actually stop on every floor. I don't think any of the elevators in this game stop on all the floors. They're all designed to be strangely inconvenient. Like, some elevators will stop at some floors and other elevators will stop at others. Like, you'll notice here, I'm trying to get to floor 1, the ground floor. But there isn't a way to get there, not from this elevator. I either have to use the stairs or just go down to the closest floor and then use the stairs to go the rest of the way. It might seem like a bit of an inconvenience, well actually it is an inconvenience, but I guess it's designed like this for a reason, because it actually becomes a puzzle later on in the game. But for now, yeah, it's kind of an inconvenience. So for now, we'll just get to the next closest floor to the ground floor, which is B1, and try and find our way up to the ground floor. And again, you'll notice that most of the floors are just full of like apartments which really serve no purpose other than extra details. And oh look, I reached the stairs, but you can't go up from this floor. So instead I just go down just to see what's down here anyway. So while we're here, we might as well have a look around. Some weird creepy music going on here. Yeah, it turns out we can't actually go here until later on in the game. This is actually an important part of the story, but I just stumbled across it a bit early, and there's nothing really we can do. So let's actually get out to the ground floor, and then get to the open. And after a day of moving crates and stuff, I think we deserve a drink. Let's go with the grape flavour. I don't think we've had this one yet. Not in Shenmue 2, anyway.
Ah, good.
Good. We're all refreshed with our grape soda. So, let's spend a bit more of the day earning some more money. There's actually a few more fighting arenas that I haven't actually shown off yet. Here's one at the Small Dragon Garden, which is by the Stand Quarter. You remember earlier I was just talking about the Kowloon walled city and how it was surrounded by a wall, an old sort of fortress wall, you know, because it was a military outpost. And I guess that's what they were trying to go for here, these old ruins of like columns and stuff, although it doesn't really look like a castle wall, it just looks like an old Roman Colosseum, so I'm not sure what they were trying to go for there.
中国憲法の高等技術家計を使って相手の攻撃を華麗に受け流す。この文言に一撃でも入れたら勝ちだ。制限時間は30秒。掛け金10ドルの一本勝負だ。さあ誰か勝負する腕自慢はいないか？
俺がやろう。
よーし決まりだ。いい目をしておる。それじゃ構えて、レディー。
So this guy's gimmick is that he can parry pretty much everything you do. The idea is you're supposed to land one punch. You have to figure out how to get through that impenetrable defense of his by using your... Oh. Well, that was easy.
やるじゃないか兄ちゃん。ほらよ。恐れ入った。 なかなかのクンフを積んでいるようだ。
I think I kinda lucked out there. There is a chance that one of your punches will get through, but there's a better strategy for getting through his defense, and I'll go into that later because we'll be fighting that guy again.
ちょっといいかな。聞きたいことが。
私に？
おいおい、ナンパのつもりか？俺が先に話してたんだぜ。
うるさいね。あんたは黙ってな。で、何？
ヤムチャローに行きたいんだ。
この先で変なおっさんがお年玉やっているから、そこを越えた先がヤムチャローさ。
わかった。ありがとう。
Well, that's enough dilly-dallying, I think, for today. Let's head on over to the tea break building and continue our adventure. Except I took a wrong turn and ended up at this place instead. I went through the wrong alleyway. Oh well, while I'm here, I might as well show it off.
おひめ。さあ、いいか。後ろになる。好きな。
So, this is the arm wrestling place, just in case you thought we left that behind over in Aberdeen. Although, I can't help but feel that this arm wrestling place was a bit of an afterthought, because unlike in Aberdeen, where all the arm wrestling guys were sort of hidden around in different places in their own little alleyways and stuff, here they're all lumped into this one area. This is all the arm wrestling guys in Disc 3. And they're placed in this linear order of ascending strength. Like the guy to my right is the weakest, and as you go along to the left, they become stronger and stronger. Also, this guy is the same Mexican guy we fought when we first came to Hong Kong. I guess he doesn't remember us or something.
兄ちゃん香港人じゃねえな。
ああ、日本人だ。
名前は？
葉月亮だ。
よし、追っ始めようぜ。
よし。大したもんだお兄ちゃん。あげる。もう一回今度は掛け金30ドルでどうだ？やつもっと高い金で勝負したいらしいよ。どうするお兄ちゃん？
いや、やめとくよ。
そうか。また気が向いたら来てね。いつでも待ってるから。
Well, I guess one advantage of lumping all the arm wrestling guys in one place is that they're easier to find. You know, you don't have to go looking through all the little alleyways and places just to find the different arm wrestling dudes. They're all just there, hanging out, doing their thing. You know where to go if you ever need to arm wrestle. You know, so in case I ever need to wear out the A button on my Dreamcast controller, I know where to go. So let's head on to the tea break building and find this guy named Huang. Huang, if you remember, is Ren mentioned he was a wiretapper. Basically, he spends all day listening to telephone conversations and spying on people. So perhaps he has some information that we might find useful relating to Yuanda, or anything like that. So we'll just head on over to his place. But first, let me direct your attention to this strange man. He has surrounded himself in a circle of Lucky Hit stands. This man has placed himself in the center of the warm, basking glow of Lucky Hit. You'll be seeing him a bit later on, but for now, you'll notice that Joy's motorcycle is parked there, and indeed here she is, minding her own business.
Joy.
なんだ？
ヤムチャロウってどこだ？
ここがそうだよ。あそこから入るんだよ。
そうか、わかった。
I like his response. It was just a simple, oh, alright. I don't know if he was trying to hide his embarrassment or not.
ここがヤムチャロウか。よし、コウの部屋を探そう。
So Huang's room is actually on room 902. So we'll have to go to the 9th floor to get to it. And luckily, this elevator heads straight there, so let's use the elevator. You can also use the stairs if you're so inclined, but there's not really much point. Also, isn't this a really weird button layout for elevators? Like, they go up the left column, and then they go back down, and then up to the right column of buttons, rather than just going, like, from left to right upwards. You know what I mean? It's like a really weird button layout. You wouldn't think to move the buttons like that. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Well, Huang's room isn't too far from here. It's just beyond this room, what room is it? 902, that's the one. So, here's 906. 907, so it's not over here. Let's see. 903. There we go, 902.
真っ暗だな。誰もいないのか。明かりがないと何も見えないな。電灯のスイッチはどこだ？
It's not that dark, is it? I mean, okay, in real life, yes, this room would be pitch black because there's no windows or anything, but I mean, surely Ryo could see in this.
お、電灯のスイッチだ。これで明かりがつきそうだ。
Well, at least we don't need to look for torches or candles and matches and all that to light the room. There's just a light switch we can turn on. Now we can explore the room as, well, without any difficulty. Now we need to find some kind of clue here, so we just need to look in all the nooks and crannies. I guess this is a bit like the basement scene in Shenmue 1. So we're just going to look in all his little drawers and things and see if we find anything useful.
何か手がかりは
Huang himself doesn't seem to be anywhere. He's nowhere to be seen. But, well, we're not going to ask for his permission to look through his stuff.
きっとどこかに手がかりがあるはずだ。手がかりを探さないとな。アンテナ、盗聴に使っていたのか。きっとどこかに手がかりがあるはずだ。
Does this count as a clue? Because it should. Swimsuit should always be a clue.
何かの記録らしいな。これは関係ないな。
Well, it's no one we know or care about.
テープレコーダーか。そうか。盗聴した情報はこれで録音していたのか。どこかにテープがあるはずだ。
Well, there's a clue. Perhaps Huang heard something interesting and then recorded it onto a tape.
関係なさそうだな。これはマイクか。ずいぶん小さいな。そうか。隠しマイクか。
By today's standards, that microphone's actually quite large. What a future we live in. I pick it up again because for some reason I thought you could put it in your inventory, but nope, he just puts it back down. If you can pick it up, Rio will automatically put it in your inventory. He won't ever leave things that you need to pick up. If you don't need it, he'll immediately put it down after you examine it.
これはジッポーライターか。
Which includes this Zippo. Strangely enough, I would have thought you could add this to your collection of Zippos, but nope. It just goes straight back down. You don't want to steal now, do you? You can steal all his information, but you can't steal his Zippo lighters.
何か手がかりは。他を探すか。他に何かないのか。これは関係ないな。これは盗聴器だ。これで盗聴していたんだな。他に何かないのか？
This is probably just me, but doesn't Rio seem a bit calm and collected and rather slow, considering that he's trespassing on someone else's property and looking through all their stuff? I mean, what if Huang were to come into the room right now? I mean, shouldn't Rio be prepared for that? I don't know, I just feel like he doesn't seem to have any kind of urgency at the moment. Well, there's nothing in these drawers.
盗聴器だ。何か手がかりは。
Well, we wanted tape cassettes. We found them.
カセットテープが捨ててあるな。
We found a whole lot of them.
このテープの中に修験達の情報があるかもしれない。レンのアジトに戻るか。
Wait a minute, did you have to bring the entire bin with you? Didn't you have any better way of carrying the tapes?
どうだ、なんか見つかったか。なんだそれ。
コウの部屋で見つけた。
どうする気だ。
この中に手がかりがあるかもしれない。
これを全部聞くってのか。
そうだ。
勝手にしろ。たく付き合いきれねえな。
レン。
いいか。このアジトもレコーダーもお宝のために貸してやるんだ。勘違いすんなよ。